Dear student, myself Rajendra Asiri. I am assistant professor in computer science department at Government Bangat PG College, Didwana. In the previous lecture, we discussed various concepts on cryptography and network security. After that, we have discussed some protocol on email security like PGP stand for pretty good privacy. In PGP, we discussed about encryption of email, various type of algorithm with help of various type of algorithm like RSA algorithm, Diffie-Hellman algorithm, and after that we have discussed digital signature standard in email, various algorithm like DSS, digital signature standard, SHA secure hash function algorithm. After that, email compatibility, Radix 64 technique, compression in email with help of zip algorithm. All these concepts we have discussed in the previous lecture in email security. After that, we have started a new lecture series on authentication services. In authentication, various challenges are there, various security concerns are arising nowadays. So to overcome or to prevent all of those threats in authentication, we require some proper authentication services. So in authentication, we discussed first concept about Kerberos. Kerberos is basically provides a centralized authentication services. In Kerberos, various dialogues are performed. First dialogue is performed between client and authentication server. After that, authentication server and client, and after that, main communication started. Main authentication process held between client and server. So all these concepts we have already discussed in previous lecture. Now in today's lecture, we will put some more light on Kerberos. So in the outline, we have discussed already security concerns in authentication. Kerberos we have already started, and X.509 authentication service repository we will start in next lecture. So continuing the Kerberos. Now in today's lecture, we will be learning about the detailed processing of the Kerberos, how Kerberos provide the authentication services from where the service start, and in between every dialogue at every step which dialogue is performed, what are the various ingredients involved in every step. All these concepts we are going to discuss, right? So starting with Kerberos. So first step, I'm just taking a marker. If you see here, numbering is there. First numbering. So first step start from the user, and user is working where? On the client, right? So first step, user will start his or her computer. So user log in to the workstation and request services on the host. On the host computer, a user will simply just try his or her password, and it will log in into the system. After logging into the workstation or system, it will request for the service, right? Now, once user entered his password, it will be allowed to use the services of the workstation, right? So second step, now see, user login, it means now in every session there are some services performed. First is ticket granting service, second is service granting service, and third is actual service uses, right? So first thing, after user login, user will request ticket granting ticket. User will request ticket granting ticket to which component? To the Kerberos system. And in Kerberos there are two components. One server is authentication server, and second server is responsible for granting the ticket. So it is TGS, ticket granting server, right? So in second step, authentication server verify users access right in database. User access right means user is allowed to enter or not. Authentication as well as authorization services are checked against the user. So authentication server verify users access right in database, and correspondingly it will create ticket granting ticket, and it generate a session key corresponding to ticket granting ticket. Now it will results are encrypted session key derived from user's password, right? So with the help of user password, what we will do, we will encrypt it, clear, with the session key, and in response we will send back to the client, right? So second step is requesting for ticket granting ticket. If you see here, first step done, second is request for ticket granting ticket. So in response, authentication server will give to user on client side ticket plus session key. Ticket plus session key initiate with request and get ticket plus session key, right? The second step is already done. After the second step, clear? Now see, workstation prompt user for password and user password to decrypt incoming message, then send the ticket granting ticket, right? And authenticator that contains username, network address and time to TGS, ticket granting service. So now the request is made for the ticket granting service. Clear? So for TGS, third step is for what? TGS. First step was for the authentication server. Clear? And now this step is for request for the ticket granting service ticket. So it is requesting service granting ticket. Clear? In response, it is getting what? Service granting ticket plus corresponding session key. And it is, this type of ticket is given one service. Clear? For every service, different service granting ticket is delivered. So up to third step we have done. So user started with the username and password, login into the workstation. After that, it is requested to the authentication server for what? For ticket granting ticket, and in response it got ticket plus session key. Third point, it is requesting for the service granting ticket. In response, ticket granting server is giving ticket plus session key to the workstation, right? So 3 step already done. Now see, fourth step. In the fourth step, ticket granting server decrypt the ticket and authenticator and verify the request and then create ticket for requested server, right? It is generate the ticket granting ticket and then it will deliver to the responsible person. Clear? At the fifth step, now once workstation got the ticket granting service ticket, so workstation now send that particular TGS ticket and authenticator to the original server. Now at fifth point, original server will get request from what? Workstation. It will send the authenticator, clear, authenticator name plus the ticket service granting ticket to the server. These 2 point is going to what? Server. Clear? So requesting for the server service to the server, and in response it will provide the server authenticator to the workstation, right? So once the communication started between the workstation and the server, now server will respond. Server verify the ticket, whatever ticket service granting ticket sent by the workstation, server will verify this ticket, and it will match with the authenticator and then grant access to the service. If manual authentication is required, then server return an authenticator, right? So in this manner, actual service is started between the workstation and the server. Again, I am summarizing. So first component, in this scenario there are actually 5 components. First component is the workstation, or we can say client side or host side, where the user is using logging in to the system. Second is Kerberos environment. This is the Kerberos environment. In Kerberos environment, there are 3 components. Repository is there, database is there. With the database, authentication server or all the authentication requests or logs are stored. So authentication server is responsible for ticket granting ticket services, and second component is TGS, that is ticket granting server. TGS is responsible for granting the ticket for the different services, one ticket for every different service, right? So in Kerberos, 3 component: authentication server, TGS and repository. This is the second component. First component workstation, and second component is what? Kerberos. And third component is original server, that is responsible for providing the services to the client on the workstation, right? So in this manner the communication is held on. Now communication start from where? Communication start from client. Client will log in into the workstation. Once the client or system get username and password, it will permit the user to use the services, means it is authenticate to the workstation. Now once workstation got the credentials, now it is able to make service request to the Kerberos. In Kerberos, especially for the authentication services, right? So workstation is sending a request for ticket granting ticket, and to what? To authentication server, right? In response, authentication server will give the ticket and session key, right? And at the same time, once authentication server task has been done, now TGS comes into play. TGS stand for ticket granting server. Now ticket granting server get a request from workstation for service granting ticket. In response, TGS will give the ticket and session key to the user. So up to first point done. Second, ticket granting ticket, service granting ticket, and for every session, every service, one ticket is delivered, right? Now ticket granting ticket will give the ticket granting ticket and service ticket to the workstation. Now workstation will actually send the ticket and authenticator to the original server for the services. So it will request for the service. In response, server will verify all the credential coming from the workstation. It will verify, it can even manually verify the authenticator with the with the database stored, and in response it will provide the services to the workstation. So in this manner, Kerberos can be very helpful to perform all these authentication server. So if you see, Kerberos is in between the client and the server. Kerberos is a separate server. It is a centralized server. It is providing services. It is providing services for client to server as well as for server to client. So in this manner, Kerberos is acting as a we can say intermediate layer between client and server, and it perform all the authentication services. It is secure because it is centralized, and database is there. And one point is that session key means TS, timestamp, is associated with every communication, so that replay attack is not encountered, and it will just reduce the possibility of the traffic analysis also. So in this manner, Kerberos can be very helpful for we can say for implementing the authentication services. In the next lecture, we will put more light on the Kerberos different environment, how Kerberos can be useful in multiple environment, and how a complex environment or complex client server architecture can be associated by the or can be given authentication services by the Kerberos environment. So all these concepts we are going to learn. Clear? So one thing here to be note is that Kerberos is providing the authentication services, at the same time it is providing the security also, because if you notice, every ticket is encrypted with the session key and it is decrypted by the corresponding person. So it ensures the security of the ticket also, and timestamp is associated, means it is reducing the possibility of the replay attack also. Clear? So in this manner, client and server can bidirectionally communicate with each other by having the ticket granting ticket as well as service granting ticket, and server can just verify all the credential coming through authentication server, coming through TGS. All the ticket can be verified by the server coming from the workstation with the help of Kerberos. So in this manner, the scenario is going to be very helpful for providing the authentication services for workstation, for client, for user, as well as for the server also, corresponding server also. So in the upcoming lecture, we will put more light on the Kerberos in different environment. Thank you.